On Easter Sunday, roughly 300 Christians were killed by terrorists in Sri Lanka as they were attending church services. Rather than call out the terrorist attack and the radical jihadists who killed hundreds of innocent Christians, former President Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton were apparently more worried about being politically correct. Special offer: Gold Trump 2020 coin for 50% off. Get yours today. Both Obama and Clinton took to Twitter on Sunday after the terror attacks and used the phrase Easter worshippers. The attacks on tourists and Easter worshippers in Sri Lanka are an attack on humanity. On a day devoted to love, redemption, and renewal, we pray for the victims and stand with the people of Sri Lanka, Obama wrote. On this holy weekend for many faiths, we must stand united against hatred and violence. I'm praying for everyone affected by today's horrific attacks on Easter worshippers and travelers in Sri Lanka, Clinton wrote in her tweet. Rep. Julian Castro, who is seeking the Democratic nomination for president in 2020, also used Easter worshippers in his tweet. Voter poll: do you support term limits for members of Congress? On a day of redemption and hope, the evil of these attacks on Easter worshippers and tourists in Sri Lanka is deeply saddening. My prayers today are with the dead and injured, and their families. May we find grace, Castro said. Look who says Easter worshippers? People who don't want to say Christians, that's who. pic.twitter.com/z4vzxvxxfd, Alana Mastrangelo, @Mastrangelo. April 21, 2019. As detailed by the New York Times, just shy of 300 Christians were killed on Sunday while attending church to celebrate Easter. The government on Monday blamed a little-known radical Islamist group for the devastating Easter Sunday suicide bombings that killed nearly 300 people. Officials said the group, which had not carried out any serious attacks before, had received help from an international terrorist organization. Sri Lanka's security forces were warned at least 10 days before the bombings that the militant group was planning attacks against churches, but apparently took no action against it, indicating a catastrophic intelligence failure. Top government officials say the warning never reached them. The Sri Lankan police have arrested 24 people in connection with the explosions at hotels and churches. The number killed was lifted significantly overnight, to 290, the police said on Monday, adding that about 500 people had also been wounded in the attacks on sites across the country. Poll: should crooked Hillary be tossed in jail? The State Department issued a warning that terrorist groups continue plotting possible attacks in Sri Lanka and warned those traveling abroad about potential threats and attacks that may take place. Officials at the department said terrorists could attack with little or no warning, and listed several potential targets, including tourist spots, transportation centers, markets, malls, government offices, hotels, and places of worship. Rather than call out the radical jihadists who carried out the sickening terrorist attack, Obama and Clinton were apparently more worried about partisan politics and being politically correct. Related, Limbaugh risks it all, reveals 2 lines from Mueller report showing media lying to smear Trump. Related, James Comey gets hilariously mocked for his cryptic tweet, "You might like let's block ads." Why?